on the Water has been brought to you by we have Guy Dwyer from the ORCV, or the Ocean Racing Club of Victoria. Firstly, Guy, welcome to On the Water.
Thank you very much. Great to be here.
Now, you're the manager of the ORCV. It's a fairly important job. Tell us a little bit about what you've got to do for every ocean race.
Well, every ocean race we have to book all the boats into the race by collecting all the crew details, the boat safety details, their certificate of seaworthiness, the crew competencies, crew medical certificates, radio operators licences, put it all together in a package so that we know who's on board and what the boat's like.
So safety is obviously your highest priority.
Safety is pretty much the key issue. We need to know all about the boat, its seaworthiness, we need to know about the crew skill levels, we need to know what to do in an emergency, we need to be pretty much sure where a boat is or where it should be at any point in time during a race, and we need an emergency backup plan to go with the race.
Right, now we went through a couple of radio skeds throughout the race. Tell us a bit about the skeds.
Okay, the skeds are our way of positioning a boat during a race. Every yacht has to sign on via radio before the race, and that way we can prove that their radios are working. And some 3 times during the day they have to radio back to a base and give their latitude and longitude. That way we're able to plot them and we know where they were at any particular point in time, and if we do need to find them, we know where to start looking from.
Now, you guys do an absolutely magnificent job running these things, and look, you know, it's great to know that you guys are on the radio at any given time. Guy, thanks very much for being on the water and giving us a quick insight of what the ORCV is all about.
Thank you very much, it's been great talking to you. This is our race control van where we control all our races during the course of the race. Behind me is the race director. He's currently working out the result sheets from the race we've just completed. The race control van is fully equipped with all the radios and the material we need to communicate with the yachts and with our base stations.
Here we have George Shaw, skipper of Boots. George, you're actually the organiser for the Melbourne to Vanuatu inaugural race. What a task.
Oh, yes, it is. It happened about this time last year when one of my crew members said, "Take me somewhere warm, George." So the whole idea was to create a race where you can take off 10% of your clothes every day of the race to get you at the minimum amount of clothes at the final destination.
And Vanuatu, I reckon it's just going to be absolutely beautiful up there. A little bit different to Grassy Harbour at King Island.
That's right, and there's a lot of interest in it. In fact, when we came up with the slogan, "Take me somewhere warm, George," we've mentioned this to the Premier's Department in Queensland, and there's a very good chance that Peter Beattie's going to come down to Melbourne to actually start the race.
Oh, sensational. How many entrants have you got?
There's 20 firm starters for the race, and we think we're going to have about 30, with coming from the 3 eastern states of Australia and possibly some from New Zealand.
George, all the best for the race, and we'll speak to you at the end of that.
Thanks, Caveman.
Here we have Mike Hyatt, skipper and owner of Living Doll, the Line Honours winner of the Melbourne to Grassy race. Mike, firstly, welcome.
Thanks very much, Caveman.
Now, Line Honours, tell us a bit about the boat.
The boat's a 50-foot Cookson. It's got a revolutionary canting keel. It's light displacement, and it's a pretty light boat in light air, so yeah, we got down here reasonably quick.
How the crew perform?
They performed all right. I just think we're very lucky we've got a fast-performing boat.
Oh, sensational. Well, obviously it's gone very well, mate. Line Honours winner. Congratulations, mate.
Yeah, thanks very much for that, Caveman. Yeah, thank you.
Here we have Justin Brennan, winner of the Premier Division aboard Western. Morning, mate. Congratulations.
Thanks very much. It's always a good race down here, and I think this is only the 3rd or 4th time we've done it, because normally for some reason we tend to miss this race, but great ride down and the weather was excellent.
Oh, it's absolutely perfect, wasn't it?
And not a wave on the deck. all we did was manage to blow out a spinnaker on the way in all of 15 knots of breeze. Not quite sure how we did that, but there it is.
I'll tell you what, mate, and you've taken home all the cheese trophies there is to be had from King Island.
I don't think it'll be getting home. I think the lads will probably polish off most of it halfway home.
Justin, thanks very much, mate.
A pleasure, and we'll be back here next year.
Indeed. Fat boy, how are ya?
Don't call me fat boy.
How are ya?
I'm good, and you?
Oh, bloody fantastic, mate. Now, you came down on Magic. How'd the race go?
It was magic. We hoisted one sail, carried that the whole way, didn't tack, pulled it down late in the piece, put the spinnaker up. Life was good.
And then came to the debriefing area.
And we did. And then found we got a podium finish.
Podium, you've got to be happy about that.
We're ecstatic.
So we're going to see you on the dais?
No, it wasn't that good a podium finish. I think they only give prizes for first.
Oh, that's a bit sad. Well, I'll tell you what, mate, let's go and hook into the King Island Dairy cheese van, I reckon. Sounds all right?
We could have a word to the girls, couldn't we?
Oh, without a doubt. I'll tell you what, the bloody steak's all right, isn't it?
Beautiful. Oh, the best steaks in the world. Steak sandwiches made with King Island eye fillet. Melt in your mouth.
And I'll tell you,
Beautiful.
It really does. So, if you're doing nothing next weekend, get down to King Island, check out the cheese people, get some... What was it you said?
Steak sandwiches.
Steak sandwiches.
You've got to make sure that the King Island Boat Club's actually open when you want your steak sandwich, though. Otherwise, you could be being a bit hungry.
Ah, well, and remember that.
Remember that. How did you go with your turn on the bus, caveman? Did it work out all right?
Oh, fantastic, mate. I was working at the front end.
I heard you in the forecastle asleep all the time.
I was doing a fair bit of sleeping. It was quite refreshing there for a little bit. Got red eyes this morning because of all the salt washing up on the deck, of course.
You must have been somewhere else. I think you were in the forecastle sleeping. There's no Edsel changes to do.
I think you're right about that. I was on the steering wheel.
You got the sack.
Yeah, I did.
Writing your name in the ocean sea.
It's not quite as the same as the snow, is it?
No, you're not supposed to. No, you're not supposed to be writing your name in the ocean sea, you know. Nice straight line in the wake.
It's really hard to dot the I too.
I know, I've tried that. Dotting the I, you want to try crossing the T.
I should.
It's a mess if you miss out.
Fat boy,
Never
sensational. We'll see you back across the other side of Bass Strait. Let's hope that the crossing the other way back home is as easy as it was coming here.
I don't think it will be by the look of the weather, but it doesn't look too bad. They're only predicting 25, 30 knots. That should be right, and it's going west. So it should be nice sprung sheets.
Ah, beauty,
Bit of
mate.
a reach.
We're going to get wet.
I'm not.
Oh, you're skipper.
Yeah.
On the Water has been brought to you by